and I'm still the newbie here, but one big thing that captures us and it is the fear, the state of fear. And we do that through medications, the doctors. We all know this. It's not to accept fear. We are very strong. We're a spark of God, the creator, the divine. And when we stand in that presence, there's nothing to fear. If there's a war going on around me, I will go sit and meditate and do breath work and not get involved. I have a feeling I'm protected and nothing will touch me. That sounds crazy, but I find that to be true. So,
yeah, and since coming out of the depression, April 21st of this year, I awakened fearless. I am fearless, and it's the most freeing thing. And so I understand that going into the middle of a battlefield and meditating, or looking at people in the eyes and intending divine love and great mystery to change and uplift the energies, to have everybody, let's just say, put their weapons down and sit down and have a conversation. That's just an illustration. But love is the answer to everything. So, and I wholeheartedly know that. I've experienced that. And beauty is what we seek. Seeking beauty in others, seeking beauty in situations that might not be beautiful to the outside, from the outside looking in. But there's always, so I'm just going to tell somebody to jump on if they want.
Okay, I did want to make a comment, Tanya.
Yeah, please.
So yeah, my belief that love is the strongest force in the universe. I mean, I've believed that my entire life, but that's where I feel like something went wrong when I lost Jake, and I feel like I failed. Like I was a failure as a mom, because
Right.
my main role as a mother is to protect my children. And just felt like I wasn't there to guide him through that darkness and get him to see his light, and how painful that was. And I know I'd read The Drama of the Gifted Child, and it's true with these brilliant souls. This world is just too difficult sometimes. But I do feel that's what I'm struggling with every single day. And the other thing is Michelangelo. I wanted to mention, are you guys all seeing the green aura around him? Or is that just me?
why does people always say they see auras? I don't see my auras.
I keep seeing the green. I just see green aura come in and out. Yes.
Yeah, it's like that healing.
Yeah, it's the heart chakra emanating divine love. And it comes and goes and it fills the whole room, Michelangelo.
Yeah.
Some people are telling me that over the last few years. I think Dr. Sue Morter realized it. I have other teachers. I believe in not having one particular way. Learn everything. Be one with everything. Not to judge. So keep learning, seeking knowledge, not just to go one way and just settle on that we are always learning. And there's so much to learn. Even when we're done with this lifetime, we're going to keep moving up. We're infinite, limitless souls. And it is Bruce Lee quote, because I don't worship anybody, but Bruce Lee was a good, like when I was younger, because I was bullied and beat up a lot. And that's the past. But use no way is way, have no limitation is limitation. I do believe in learning, but not just staying one-sided. Like a person will just say, I'm just going to be Catholic the rest of my life, and that is the way, and that's 100%, and everyone else is the wrong way, or you get what I mean. It's nothing against anybody. It's just that where we're at, and we're all on different stages. We're all growing, and I don't know. Just love is just the answer. If we feel that in our heart with the breath work, you literally feel the energy, and it comes out and it projects out to others. And what Tanya said was, looking others in the eye is very important. Have good thoughts. If we can't think anything positive, don't say anything. Just wish them good love, even if they said something negative. Instead of them giving a finger or something, we don't react back. We respond with love in one way or another. We mean it. I'll hold my heart. I don't react. We keep moving on. And if we have a good word to say, if they have the time, even if it's a limited amount, what we say, it'll get to them in their subconscious. We say a kind word, and it'll be the healing there. You're the healers. You're your own Christ. You're out there for others. You're your own. We're learning from Tanya and others, but we save our own asses. What others do, we learn from them. And sometimes, like she said, the bus stop thing, and I'm still new to the energy codes, but to me, that is like, wow, what about if we look at it in a different way, if this was a simulation and we don't take it as personal anymore, but they were there to give us that lesson in suicide, or they were murdered for that reason, or we were called to be in a place because there was a greater mission to it, something we had to learn or share that learning with others. So that's how I feel. this can get really deep, but it gets more away from the mainstream of what others think and looking at alternatives, the metaphysical. And some people might not go in it. They'll call it spiritual wackadoos, crazy, all that. But
well, we're all crazy here, so you're in good company.
I proudly accept that. I say thank you because that makes us unique. We're not going along with the programs, the brainwashing of society, which they push on mainstream news or the mainstream doctors. We step into our own strength. But we do need to find I do feel we need to have a team. We need to pray for each other. We need to have our soul family like we're connecting here and even reach out and expand further. Because I feel that we could touch the lives of over 30,000 lives just by healing and working on ourselves. So, yeah, I love you all. Did we lose Tom? Or he's going to break?
He's still here, but I think he's, having internet issues. I am going to take a bio break, and I'm still going to be listening. So, somebody else want to say something? Go for it. I'll be right back.
Absolutely. Questions, answer time. I don't know what we could talk about. So, where do you live? Let's start off with Sochi. You're in. You're going to San Diego, or somebody's in New York, somewhere in that area.
No, Tom and I are both from Buffalo, New York.
Okay, there we go.
Now we both live in San Diego.
Yeah, there's major cities. You're called to be in major cities because that's what the healing is. Manhattan, New York, Chicago, San Diego. There's where the vibration needs to be healing. So I think of you guys, you're angels. You're stepping into the light and you're healing others. And you may think like, I don't have the power, but you definitely have the power. You have that strength. And it's like, when we just think outside of the physical, our spiritual is so strong. We can do amazing things. And again, that is stepping into who we truly are, our authentic selves, our soulful selves.
Yeah, definitely. That ego death for sure. Feeding the soul, not the ego.
Well,
the ego doesn't fit.
Yeah, I'm not gonna know if I'm saying this right. We need our ego, but yet it's part of our persona. But there's the narcissistic, selfish ego. None of us are a part of that. We don't support that. Even if we did, we're learning from that, and to let that go, because that's where is oneness. So
absolutely,
unity consciousness, fifth density consciousness. You're aware of that, right? So
5D, absolutely.
Yeah,
100%.
What is that?
Fifth density
for sure.
Fifth density consciousness, where I believe we're in it already. We shifted. We wouldn't be here. I think we're all connecting with the same energy, the same vibe, and that's why people will come to us on where we are energetically. And energetically could be like the prana, the chi, spirit, God, the divine in us, and we attract others that are similar to us. But yet, what Tanya said was, I do get people that are on lowest of low wanting to kill themselves or hurt themselves. I'm a magnet for them. Literally, that's the magnetism. It's drawing in. I believe that's the female, the magnetism, and electro, maybe male. I'll have to ask Tanya, but that's when we merge, knowing like, hey, in a past lifetime, if you guys believe in that, like I believe that I was also a female. So I'm merging the divine feminine, and I don't say one side's better than the other, it's equality. And we find that, and we can open up. Like, you know how hard it was for me to tear around people throughout my life? I mean, I could cry, but I kept it to myself, alone in a room. Now I do it when I meet people in public in a grocery store. I hear the story, and that is actually good when we could. My experience. So, yeah, I love you all. I'm rambling again.
Are you saying something, Zoch?
Go ahead.
Yeah, that magnetism. I myself have kind of been going through a roller coaster. Again, definitely somewhere on some spectrum of bipolar, and big transition in my life as just got out of 29 of like what the Saturn's return kind of spiel, and just know, long story short, know there's a service to others that I'm meant for, and I'm not really doing that working for other people. So it's been a big transition in my life, leaving the corporate world and trying to find my purpose. And a lot of it's been the fear, right? Because I always found this really devastating for a lot of people who have dealt with suicide. Is like, it wasn't just the day of suicide, because usually years before that shit was fucking imploding. And that was my family's life with the Great Recession time. Dad was laid off out of work for years and years, and it was always just like survival mode. I went to college, and they didn't, there's still maybe some like pent up frustration with my parents, because they didn't really inquire on what I wanted to do. They just said, hey, you can become an accountant, you can get a job. So I went to school to become an accountant, And here I am 10 years later, I'll kind of twist it around. So it was always that fear kind of mindset in my household, and just the 9 to 5, because that's just going to keep you comfortable. And hey, it's better than struggling. It was kind of the motto of my family. So back to the magnetism part, I was at a music festival called Burning Man, and I love to dance. I freaking love to dance. I almost turned into a different human being. And so many people were coming up to me and like, yo, your energy is infectious, like, holy shit. And I was just like so taken aback by it. It was, I mean, and this isn't boasting, but like, women would be coming up to me by like the truckload, and friends I just met would be like, yo, what's the deal? I'm like, I'm fuddled by it too. It doesn't still make sense to me. So anyways, I had a couple of experiences on the dance floor. Then I went to a meditation workshop, and I just started bawling my eyes out, and was like, dude, you are so freaking like gifted, man. Like you have to have that in your heart, the love of the gift, not the fear of the gift. That magnetism has honestly been one of the biggest things kind of keeping me pushing, being like, there are these undeniable signs from the universe that, with the way, when I show up my loving self, the energy I can attract can build something, can be of service. And really it kind of ties back into suicide. One of my biggest takeaways is, life is tough enough. And I'm like, I'm not here to make it worse on anyone else. I know how freaking hard this journey is. And it's really helped me show empathy for a lot of people in tough situations. Or again, on the dance floor, I dance like it's my last dance, every single freaking time. And that might have to do with the magnetism. So, again, the sometimes confusing blessings of people dealing with suicide or abrupt losses too. I mean, Michelangelo, that's what I've always tried to parse out, what is the grief of the act of suicide, and then what's the abruptness of it. Like, that's really what I think gets a lot of people too, is I've had a roommate here who lost his dad, and it was a slow death. He got to go back home, and he got to go say his final words. And like, man, outside of suicide, just the realm of abrupt death is so abrasive. And it's such a teacher.
The unexpected. Yeah, one moment someone's here and then they're gone the next moment, and we're like, what? So there's the whole thing, like, we got to treat people with kindness throughout the whole thing, even if I just don't want to hold the energy of someone, even if they're like mean. It's just, they're going to remember, and we're affecting that by even that kind word will maybe prevent that. Again, no, if they do, they do. Not to hold responsibility over that. I know that's a tough thing. It truly can be. But just knowing that we are still standing with our beacon of light, tremendous, freaking enormous light affecting others. We are. That's what a light worker is. And more than that, we are more than just that. I know we are. So, but maybe I'll get into that another time. I know Tanya, she's aware. It's just, I'm meeting others, and this is crazy, but like, it's not crazy, but I'm meeting a lot of others like ourselves, and we're just coming together in community, and we're making that change. The new earth.
Yes.
The new earth is here. We are it. Thank you. I love you. Thank you for just being here. I cherish it, and it's an honor just being here, because you're helping me with my healing as well. I'm a very sensitive guy. Probably wouldn't think it, but we're all empaths here. And when we can really, truly feel, there's just all those clear cognizant, clear sentient, all that comes plus more. And I want to be the best version of me I can be here. Yet I feel like if I have to sacrifice myself for humanity, I will do that in a heartbeat to make it better. And that's not suicidal. I feel that's part of, I'm not getting religious here, but maybe what, Yeshua did. Again, I might be wrong here, but you are willing to leave the physical to be in spirit to help out humanity in a way. I don't know where I'm going at with this. It's just something came to me today. It is raising our Christos, our Christ being within us. And we're photons, our cells are healing, and it's etheric, our prana. It makes us glow the more we're at our state with our chakras. So I might go be a little too deep here. I don't know You guys are aware.
You know what, the deeper the better.
Oh, okay. I appreciate it. Yeah. Thank you.
I'm going to interrupt you because I just sent you a picture on Messenger
Oh, okay.
of the green aura. So, because you're green again.
You're green right now.
Yeah, and I just wanted to show you the difference and just show you what we see.
Oh.
So
I don't see auras. Why does everyone else see it? And everyone's always saying, like, not all the time. I'm not always like glowing. I made a Facebook post about that today too.
You're tapped in a different way.
Mhm.
That's it.
I'm actually happy about that. I mean, in a way, because I think that not everybody, I mean, how do I put it? I'm not trying to put it like, hey, I'm trying to be like, I'm better than anybody, because I'm not. We're all the same. We're all equal here. So by being in that state, that's where I think the healing happens. It's more of a metaphysical type of thing where you literally can affect the lives of many who you come across when we're in the heart center. And that's where, I mean, wherever we go, though, it's the love. And it is tougher when we live in the big cities or near next to a big city like San Diego, New York,
Doesn't have to
Chicago.
be.
You are right. You are right.
It doesn't have to be.
Yeah, you did. You are right, because it is when we're in a high state that negativity can't get to us. We can shine through that.
Well, and we want negativity. We want the darkness. We want the jungle. We want to be our hair on fire. I'm noticing that you don't have any hair on your head. So maybe your eyebrows are on fire. We came for that. We came for all of that, to run bloody and naked through our jungle in the darkness, chased by our monsters. That's what we came for.
Yes.
So it's all good. There's no such thing as bad. It's all love in different forms. That's all it is. And so our job, as we raise our vibration and our awareness and our consciousness and anchor in more and more and more of our highest vibration, is to see the beauty in everything, no matter how fucking ugly it is. And that's what I invite you to consider. So there's no need for protection. There's no need for shielding. There's no need for setting up a perimeter. You know, there isn't. At certain stages, yeah, we might need to emotionally do that for ourselves, but not forever, because any belief we have is limiting. Doesn't matter what it is. It could be a truth.
Yes.
Do you understand what I'm saying? But all beliefs are limiting.
Yeah.
Yes.
So question it all.
I do. I actually probably that got me a lot of trouble as a kid because I questioned a lot, was raised very Catholic, raped and molested by a priest and deacon. That's a story. Let that go.
Wow.
And there's a lot of stuff. I know we've been through a lot more than just what's recent. It started where we've been here as a child. And it's almost like the more that we got, the more we in a way, that's our love warrior inside. We're not going to kill people, but the more that we could take the negativity, the more we're a warrior within and shine it out with the reverse, with the love, where they're at. Because where am I going at with this is, like you said, ones in Chicago or wherever, San Diego, New York, we can go into that state and change it. A whole group of people. I've been in groups of people and I've literally affected that. I know I have. People felt it and they wanted to be around the presence. Like you said, when you were dancing, the more we're in that state, you know, it's hard to be in that state of bliss, our authentic selves, doing what we really love. If it's to play music, it's to do art, then that's what we're called to be, not to work for corporate America, not to go work for the government controlling our minds, governing our minds. We are, you know, we are stepping into who we truly are. And it's an awakening process. And I'm not one to, and I don't know everything. That's the thing. We don't know everything. We're just learning and we're remembering, helping us raise up and accepting and forgiving the ones that even murdered our loved ones or stuff like that. We have to forgive our enemies. Those are like key things. Forgiveness, love, let go of the hate and anger. Because there's a lot of hate and anger. I'm sorry.
I'm going to jump in. I believe that all of us here have been here in many lifetimes. For even the young souls have been here 1,000 years, 1,500 years, and then there's some of us that have been here longer. Okay, and we've been everything. We've been rapists, murderers, saints, high priestesses. We've been all of that. And so for me, you know, I know that in past lives I have taken other people's lives. I know my life has been taken. I know that I've been burned at the stake and beheaded, imprisoned. I know all that, and it's all good, because the soul comes in to play. The soul comes in to create the movie. And so, of course, the Holocaust is horrible. Of course, the genocide in Ethiopia that's happening right now is horrible. Of course, what's happening in the Ukraine is horrible. Of course, what's happening in Iran is horrible. However, it does awaken consciousness. Maybe not fast enough. You know, I mean, we live through, I don't know what everybody's political beliefs are, and we don't need to go that way, but we lived through the whole Trump era, and he's still yapping on media. And I'm grateful to him for letting the rats out of the sewer. So believe me, I think that he did all of us a huge service by freeing all of the racists to come out and speak their truth, because we believed that we were past that. And guess what? Not everybody is. And it's okay. You know, I sometimes can be a racist, even as a brown-skinned woman. And then I can be a high and mighty brown-skinned woman as well and be racist against, you know, my beloved white-skinned counterparts. So I'm not above anything. And I love that part of myself that feels the anger towards whoever, whatever, whyever, because that person that rose up with the angry horns and wanting to do something needs my love too, in me, right? So that I can stabilize that energy within me. So when we're pointing a finger at somebody else, there's three pointing back at us. And that's what I remember consciously when I'm ready to deck somebody or have that urge to say something really, And, you know, I allow myself that sometimes too. I mean, Tommy's heard all kinds of shit come out of my mouth, and so G. And I'm okay with that. I might not be that free and cuss as like a drunken sailor my whole life, but I'm dancing with it now. I like that pirate rebel in me. And Holly and I, you know, we the F word is like every other word when we're talking a lot of times. And I totally honor that, because it's very freeing, especially for women, to be able to be angry, to swear, and be raunchy without being judged as loose or uneducated. No, we're both educated and we both swear, so fuck you. You know what I mean?
Yes.
I'm not saying fuck you to you guys, but I'm just saying anybody that looks at me and goes, wow, you know, and you're a spiritual teacher and you're saying, suck my cock, for example, it's an energetic expression of the freedom that I'm walking in now. Am I going to be that rude and raunchy for the rest of my life? I don't know. Maybe, maybe not. But, you know, I just spent the whole last week up in the Sierras, naked in the mountains, communing with the great mystery, doing sacred fire every night, worshiping the stars, honoring the moon. And I'm okay with that. You know? So that's it.
You are right. I don't mean to cut you off, but it is your intention. So if you don't mean to like hurt anyone, it's okay to express yourself in sovereignty, your true authentic self. I do cuss, no, all the time, but it's when it's meant to be. And sometimes it's a lot of times just to make a joke, to make others laugh, to break out of their bullshit story they're going along with. So like, let's say like I got COVID. No, you're falling for the bullshit, or you're falling for the energy. Whatever new virus they put out is just a man-made belief, and something they put out is a state of fear. So we can break that, and that doesn't affect us. And the breath work and meditation is huge. And going the natural route. I mean, I'm not a perfect example because I still eat junk food. It's hard for me to, you know, fruit fasting, a lot of fast. I mean, they're tough, but it cleanses our body and removes those parasites and toxins from the brain. And trust me, I have it. I still have like aluminum fillings in my teeth I love to remove. I got messed up teeth from fights and stuff. I don't smile as much. It's like crooked, but I don't care. We're all beautiful, who we are. It doesn't matter the outer expression. It's here within the heart. And then people will love us who we are. It's just, I had perceptions of my whole life. It's all about money. Need money, need money. I mean, I let that go so I could be loved and find the right woman. So she'll love me because I'm making enough money to provide. And it's just not me. I'm just going to do me now. And I'm not even seeking a relationship. That energy of that woman will come to me when it's there. I'm not even looking. I haven't had sex in a long, long time. So that may sound crazy to most, but I needed to. I needed to break away and work on my healing. And that led me to where I'm at right now.
Well, let's have a competition. How long has it been? I haven't had sex for many years.
12 years, over 12 years.
Okay, you won.
Thank you.
Yeah, the last time